welcome to Otaku Saga. I'm Zero.
I'm DK.
And I'm Rizzo, and today in Anime Reaction, we watched the first episode of Sangatsu no Lion. If you want to check out our reaction to the first episode of Sangatsu no Lion, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comments section because we love hearing from you.
And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga, and don't forget to like and share our videos.
And thanks for watching.
First off, I am a little bit disappointed that there are no lions in this.
Well, you know, the way that they draw the lips kind of makes the people look like lions when they're frowning.
I don't know.
Especially with that last little eye catch where he had, where he had the shogo piece up here.
Yeah, he was holding the shogi piece like he was about to go place it.
The piece made a nice little...
It was probably art drawn by one of the animators.
Yeah. Well, no, that looks less like a lion and more like bitter beer face, but I digress.
So, yeah, Sangatsu no Lion by Studio Shaft, and they pulled out all the stops for this animation. Like,
in like the opening, just after the opening credits, there's just like a few frames of water going down a sink. With how well that was animated, that's just worth watching alone.
Yeah, you would literally watch water run down a sink if Shaft was animating it.
God damn.
Which makes me wonder, during the reaction, I did point out a couple problems that I had with the animation.
Yeah.
We all didn't like the door.
Yeah, so Ray's front door, the entire apartment was like hand-drawn animation, except for the front, only his front door, which was done in 3D, and I have no idea why.
It was just a wee bit off.
Yeah, it was one of those 3D, where it doesn't blend quite right with the 2D animation.
Sort of Uncanny Valley, looks a little too...
Yeah.
And then...
a little too clean.
Another gripe that I had with it was at the very end where he's laying down and he's crying. He had a bunch of... It basically looked like they attempted to glue water to his face.
Yeah, the tears that like he was laying on his side and he was crying in his sleep, and the tears just like pooled on his nose, which wouldn't happen.
You would get streaks.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't...
Just a nice like thin streak.
Yeah.
Not just,
Yeah, not puddles.
Maybe they're trying to take a RQ from the manga, perhaps?
Yeah, perhaps.
It could serve as an explanation for a lot of the artistic choices, with the exception of the door.
Yeah.
But,
well, yeah, for instance, it's kind of what I chalk it up to with how they drew the lips, or how they draw all the male characters' noses. As you put, it looks like they all got clocked in the face.
But interestingly enough, the way that the tears were attached to his face is exactly how it would look like if an astronaut cried while on the International Space Station.
That is very true. Yeah. Because water will stick to any surface.
Yep.
Anyway, those very little bits aside, the animation was spectacular. I also want to point out how really well done the sound design was.
Oh my god.
So yeah, the bit with it's Ray and his mentor.
Like I want to go back and watch this whole anime with my stereo headset.
there you go.
Right. And just listen.
There you go. Yeah, I would watch water flowing down a sink. You would watch a bunch of people playing shogi, or listen to a bunch of people playing shogi.
But yeah, I mean, there's that, and then when the train was running, and what was the thing on top of the train?
A pantograph?
Yeah. So basically, the way that the train gets power, if you've ever actually watched a train that gets power that way, move, you hear that kind of
Sort of a smack and then an arcing.
smack and then an electrical arcing sound.
Yeah, because it has like a spring-loaded arm to kind of ensure contact with the power line. So sometimes it kind of when it oscillates.
It sounded really good.
And it came in so sudden though, but it's just like
It's the little things that make it.
it really is the little things. It's the little things working in consort together. Mm-hmm. That
You have this lovely blend of background music and other sound designs that just really made this anime like absolutely amazing.
It really helped put it together.
it's the small, subtle like sound details and the animation. Not so much like say character involvement, because Ray is a man of few words. You nailed it down. It took him like what, 9 minutes and change to deliver his first line of dialogue.
Yeah,
But
it was
still,
about
sorry.
9.5 minutes through the anime before Ray actually said the first thing.
Yeah, and it was brief. That's a lie. That until the latter half of the episode where he's involved with that family of the sisters and the old man there, he doesn't say anything else.
Yep.
But despite all that,
Yeah, that kind of you made the connection to Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso with Kosei Arima.
yeah,
It really did kind of remind me of that, because a lot of the first part of the series, if he's not interacting with any of his friends, then he's like that. He's silent, the kind of brooding type.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that there's something that went on in his past that is not exactly good.
yeah.
So I'll be interested to see where this takes it, especially with that line of dialogue when he's sitting at the table listening to the report of the, I guess, guy who bludgeoned his father to death with a hammer.
Was it beat his dad, and then it goes to a flashback with a couple older members of his club, I presume, after he beat his dad in a match. So here you got, and before then you had a flashback of him alienating his friends because he kept beating them in competition.
Yeah, and then, and then during that you got a little flashback where he's like standing behind a pillar and he overhears a couple of guys talking about how Ray's not actually the guy's son. So
Yeah. So you alienate your
for some angst here.
Yeah, so because you're good at something, you alienate yourself from your friends and your family, and then people talk smack. Oh, damn. This is a really dark backstory we're in for, I'm sure. But again, I mean, the few gripes we've had, and all that aside, all these little details here work together just to keep this story flowing and captivating.
So an interesting comparison that I wanted to kind of do a balancing thing with is Occultic 9 and this. So Occultic 9 started off extremely fast-paced.
Here, have the plot.
And then
more. You want seconds, thirds, right?
the
Plot some
pacing
more.
the pacing was definitely stuck in a
In ludicrous speed.
in a burnout going down the drag strip, right?
It was stuck in the bus from Speed.
It can't slow down. Otherwise
It can't slow down, otherwise
It'll blow up in your face.
But it did slow down at points. It did slow down marginally enough to catch your breath, I guess. Especially with the parts with Arya and some of those other different characters.
Yeah,
where you got little moments of different speeds. The pacing of that was really, really hectic, and probably not the best as well done. And then we got over here where the pacing at the very beginning is completely opposite of Occultic 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is really, really slow.
Yeah, it's I think it does a really good job of just kind of introducing him as a character.
And that's the thing. I mean, even despite being like slow paced and all that stuff, like I said, all those little like details, the sound, the animation, the non-dialogue based story, kind of not like drive you, not like launch you into it like it did in Occultic 9, kind of guide you along. So I think this is like anime's equivalent of a lazy river at first.
Well,
Nice.
as my experience, these two have similar pacing. And the reason why I say that is because one went extremely fast and was kind of grating, and this one was extremely slow and personally kind of grating. Especially when it shifted gears.
Yeah, because then after the really slow start, then it goes into the part where he's interacting with the Kawamoto family, the trio of sisters.
Who are apparently all hopped up on speed.
And their cats.
And their cats.
And
Who
their
definitely
grandpa.
are hopped up on speed.
And it's just like... It went from it went from trying to start out in like third gear to realizing that you fucked up and shifting directly back to first while still standing on the gas.
I honestly feel like those two segments could be completely different anime.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's how grating and jarring it was to me. I understand why it had to be done. I understand, all the reasoning behind it, and they did a fantastic job attempting to transition those. But for me, that transition was so grating. It was almost as if I was rewatching Occultic 9 again, with that hectic pace. So, odd contrast, but I have to make a contrast here. Another thing that I want to contrast it with is Mushishi. In the very beginning, very slow paced. Mushishi, that is all that it's about. It's very slow paced. And it does the exact same thing. It's very auditory, very visual, and it really just
Kinda
grabs you in
eases
with
along.
grabs you in with those elements. And it was really nicely done. And I think that at least that aspect of this would probably lend itself well to be compared to my Mushishi.
Yeah, part of the reason why I really like the comparison to Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso is because you really get that same feeling. There's the really slow parts where Arima's doubting himself, or Arima's having problems with
Performance
with
anxiety.
with his past, with his performance anxiety, things like that. And then you get those like 100-mile-an-hour scenes
With Tsubaki.
with Tsubaki and
Watari.
and Kaori. And like the kind of whiplash in between those scenes strangely works. Like this strangely works for me.
Yeah.
Like it definitely is grating. Like right on the outset between those two parts, where it's like, okay, he's leaving the shogi hall, texting, okay, and then he shows up.
Well, the reason why I compare it with Occultic 9 is because to me, Occultic 9 was fast-paced just to the point of where you can keep up. Just on that edge. I mean, do you disagree? I mean, I could keep up relatively well.
I could keep up, but like, if it was going any faster, then it would have lost me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is the same concept, just in reverse. Because this one's going so slow, but at the same time, it's just on that edge.
Actually, I just had a bit of a thought here. Both of you were comparing the pacing of this episode to other anime, I'd like to compare the pacing of this episode to classical music. For in particular, Rossini's William Tell Overture. The very beginning, nice, slow, and then you hit the iconic chorus. And it just carries itself like that. But it's just enough to sort of, I guess, yeah, I think it's intended to make you feel slightly irritated. So when the big shift comes along, it's almost like a sense of relief. Just build up tension, and then all of a sudden, there you go.
Yeah, but yeah, basically the part where he's with the Kawamoto family, it's like, it's almost a sensory overload. Like, you get the, you get Hinata, like, doing her Genki thing and going 100 miles an hour. Akari is kind of the on the slower side.
Yeah,
And then you get the standard Onechon type. And then you get Momo that's adding another layer to that.
Yeah.
And then you get the cats that are adding another layer onto it as well.
Yeah, and then you get the two cats who are always whining.
Yeah, the
cat owl.
the cat owl. The cow.
Hedwig.
The cow?
The cowl.
The cat owl. The cat owl. What are we watching?
Cow.
Avatar: The Last Airbender?
I would say, should we name him
Appa
Appa or Hedwig?
Anyway, yeah, it was. I liked the middle part. It was almost too much, though.
Yeah.
Like just on the brink. Anyway,
Almost pissing you off,
yeah.
but not quite.
probably
That's what
one. Probably last thing I really want to touch up on is I didn't realize it last night because I had watched this last night. I didn't realize it then because I didn't look anything up, but holy crap, the voice cast on this.
Marina Inoue.
Yeah, Marina Inoue
Kanahazawa.
plays one of Rei's childhood friends. Ai Kayano plays the oldest sister. Kana Hanazawa plays the middle sister.
Pretty big name
Holy
cast
crap.
here.
The main character is played by the guy that does Mikazuki and Iron Blooded Orphans. So
yeah, they kind of went all out for the voice cast.
yeah.
Anyway, I think with these two anime with Cultic 9 and Sangatsu no Lion, we'll probably continue on with this more like critique, our thoughts and all that stuff instead of doing our normal recaps, because sometimes there's just,
It's the fact that they're an experience. It's kind of like how when we were doing Bakemonogatari, it's hard to do like recaps for those because it's not necessarily what was happening in the episode, it's what you were feeling from the episode.
It's an audio-visual experience.
Yeah.
Absolutely nailed it.
so hope you guys don't mind us being more critiques,
More artsy.
Very artsy.
Now we have to get like mock turtlenecks and berets and shit.
I have to find my pipe.
There we go.
Here's our most recent podcast where we talk about all the things that we were watching this season. Do remember, this is going in the reactions from now on.
Yes. On both DK's and my recommendation, we decided to do a reaction for this instead of a mini review.
Whoop whoop, promotion. Level up. And speaking of leveling up, if you feel like taking a break from watching anime, check out OS Gaming, our new gaming channel.
Content coming soon. And if you would like to help support us and make our videos a little bit better, go ahead and hit this link to go to our Patreon. But let us know what you thought of the anime, what you thought of our reaction in the comment section below.
Yep, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't.
But that's going to do it for this episode of Anime Reaction. As always, I'm DK.
I'm Zero.
And I'm Rizzo.
See you next time.